It's a normal morning in America. Across the country, alarm clocks buzz, coffee brews, commuter traffic crawls toward downtown skylines. At 9:15 a.m., satellites quietly record a bright, unnatural flash high above the atmosphere. There is no sound, no shock wave, just light. Then, everything stops. At 9:16 a.m., aircraft navigation screens blink once and die. Streetlights fade, cell towers go dark. Within seconds, the entire continental United States loses power. The cause? A high-altitude electromagnetic pulse, an EMP, detonated hundreds of miles above the Midwest. No buildings fall, no craters form. Yet the modern world ends in the blink of an eye. Our 1 to 3, impact. Commercial jets over Chicago and Dallas lose all electronics. Pilots wrestle with dead instruments, some gliding down safely, others vanishing from radar. Amtrak trains grind to a halt mid-countryside. In Los Angeles subways, commuters sit in black tunnels lit only by phone flashlights that fade within minutes. In Cleveland Center, controller Lisa Martinez stares at a blank radar scope. 200 dots. Gone. All channels dead, she whispers. Her supervisor tells her to write down the last known altitudes by hand. Pens scratch in the dark. At the Pentagon, confusion reigns. Is it a cyber attack? A solar flare? Within 40 minutes, NORAD analysts confirm the truth. A nuclear-launched EMP burst at 300 kilometers altitude. It disabled the grid, but caused no blast damage. The president is moved to Air Force One, one of the few aircraft shielded against such events. Continuity of government protocols activate. Hour 4 to 10. Silence. Phones are dead. Radios emit only static. Cars built after 2000 refuse to start. The stock exchange, hospitals, and airports freeze simultaneously. Digital civilization turned to stone. Hospitals run on generator fuel measured in hours. Intensive care wards hum until the tanks run dry. Doctors hand pump oxygen for critical patients. Nurse Jordan Nguyen kneels beside a silent ventilator. She squeezes an ambubag every few seconds, whispering to the patient, "Stay with me." Outside, sirens wail once, then cut out. On television, nothing, the internet, gone. The only light left glows from candle shops, flashlights, and distant fires where transformers exploded. By nightfall, looting begins in New York, Atlanta, and Seattle. Police cruisers sit idle, their radios fried, their computers dead. Officers resort to handwritten notes and bullhorns. Hour 11 to 24, the first night. From Colorado bunkers, NORAD relays a single analog message. U.S. under EMP attack. Assessment ongoing military bases switch to manual operation. Old field telephones and shortwave sets become lifelines. The president issues a statement through surviving AM transmitters. We are facing a national power failure of unprecedented scale. Stay calm, conserve resources, and wait for official guidance. Most citizens never hear it. A mother, father, and teenage son sit in a stalled SUV on the highway shoulder near Richmond. They light a candle inside the car. The boy asks, "Is it war?" The father doesn't answer. In the distance, an airliner dives silently behind a ridge. The sky flashes orange. At midnight, America is a continent of darkness visible from orbit, one great unbroken shadow. Our 25 to 30, dawn of uncertainty. Morning brings no relief. Gas pumps don't work. ATMs are dead. Food shipments stop. Refrigerated trucks spoil. In some towns, mayors gather citizens in schools lit by candles to distribute remaining supplies. The Department of Defense moves to DEFCON 3. Analysts debate culprits. North Korea, China, a rogue satellite. Without functioning radar satellites, no one knows. NATO convenes an emergency session by secure landline. Allies pledge support, but admit they are partly blind too. Some transatlantic communications relied on U.S. relays, now silent. Mayor Cynthia Ramos stands on courthouse steps. No phones, no internet, she tells a crowd of 500. We ration water, 2 gallons per person per day. We guard the grocery warehouse together. Her voice trembles but holds. Across the nation, citizens form volunteer patrols. Paper posters replace social media. Need insulin? Have generator? Missing husband. Hour 31 to 40. Government in the dark. In Washington, D.C., candlelight glows through bunker corridors. The president speaks to Joint Chiefs by field handset. Priority 1 is restoring command and control. Technicians at the Naval Research Lab try to re-energize portions of the grid using diesel microgenerators. Success. A few city blocks in Norfolk flicker to life. Failure. Fuel runs out in 6 hours. At NORAD, radar operators using analog scopes detect no inbound missiles. Relief. Temporary. Meanwhile, civil society unravels. Fires spread through Chicago's South Side. In Phoenix, temperatures reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit with no air conditioning. Nursing homes begin evacuations by stretcher. Lieutenant Eddie Morales drags a hose through a burning grocery. "No pressure," his rookie yells. Water mains are dry. They retreat, watching the store collapse. Eddie mutters, "This isn't a fire. It's the end of the line." Hour 41 to 48, night of fear. Rumors explode. Invasion, plague, alien attack. Fear spreads faster than truth. The military broadcasts short-coded messages on surviving AM bands. This is the United States Army, shelter in place, assistance forthcoming. Some hear it, most don't. Small-town sheriffs deputize farmers. Gunfire echoes nightly. Cities enforce curfews no one can announce. At 11 p.m., a massive aurora glows green across the sky. Charged particles from the EMP still interacting with the upper atmosphere. People stare upward, mesmerized and terrified. In bunkers, scientists analyze magnetic readings confirming the detonation's signature matches older Chinese designs. But it could be falsified data. No confirmation, only suspicion. Hour 49 to 60, the survival divide. 2 kinds of America emerge, communities that cooperate and those that collapse. In rural Ohio, farmers pool diesel to power one well pump. They trade water for canned food. In Houston, gangs take over fuel depots. In Manhattan, apartment dwellers break into office towers searching for bottled water. The National Guard tries to restore order using pre-digital Humvees and analog radios. Communication radius, 5 miles. Retired trucker Ben Harper powers a ham radio with bicycle pedals. Static, then a faint voice. "Norfolk, operational base." He scribbles it down, tears in his eyes. He's heard another human for the first time in 2 days. At noon, the Pentagon receives a partial message from European allies. No additional detonations detected. Relief again. Fragile. Hour 61 to 66, martial law. Martial law declared nationwide. The president's proclamation is read over analog military bands. The United States remains under attack. All citizens must support local authorities. Help is coming. Convoys of older diesel trucks, unaffected by electronics, begin distributing limited rations from remaining bases. Each convoy sparks riots along its route. In the West, wildfires ignite when unattended power stations overload. Without communications, firefighting coordination collapses. The CDC warns of potential disease outbreaks. No refrigeration, sewage backups, contaminated water. Hospitals run triage in parking lots by lantern light. Internationally, China denies involvement, calling the accusation Western hysteria. North Korea broadcasts celebratory marches. European markets crash, fuel prices triple. Hour 67 to 72, the edge of the abyss. By the third sunset, the U.S. military shifts to DEFCON 2, one step from nuclear launch readiness. Submarine commanders confirm receipt of handwritten codes delivered via physical courier. Automatic systems remain offline. The Joint Chiefs debate retaliation. No consensus. The president refuses to strike without proof. He whispers to his advisor, "If this was meant to blind us, it worked." Civilian morale plummets. Without refrigeration, medicine spoils. Families cook the last of their food over open flames. Neighbors barter bullets for bread. In Omaha, teacher Rachel Kim gathers children in a basement, reading by candlelight from a history book. Once there were lights everywhere. The kids listen quietly, the youngest tracing flashlight beams on the wall as if remembering the sun. As the 72-hour mark passes, analysts in underground facilities deliver their estimate. If the grid is not partially restored within 7 days, up to 90% of the population could die within a year from starvation, disease, and collapse of infrastructure. Across the ocean, allies prepare humanitarian missions but lack safe corridors. Airfields are dark. Navigation beacons dead. The world holds its breath, watching the United States vanish into the shadows it once banished. Epilogue: the new dark age, after 72 hours. 3 days after the EMP, America stands silent. No internet, no power, no transportation. Only isolated pockets of light where generators still hum. Satellite images from Europe show a black continent. The world's brightest cities, New York, Los Angeles, Washington, reduced to darkness. A civilization of data erased. In surviving command bunkers, military engineers work around the clock to restart a fragment of the grid. Progress is slow, equipment fried beyond repair. They use analog schematics printed decades earlier. The president addresses the nation again, this time by handwritten letter distributed through military couriers. We will rebuild the light. We will endure. Outside, society learns new rhythms. Boiling water, writing letters, using bicycles, guarding wells. Cash is worthless. Trust becomes currency. On day 5, ham operator Ben Harper sends one final message into static. We are alive. We will rebuild. Tell the world. Somewhere in Canada, another operator hears him and answers. 2 faint voices bridge a silent continent. In the first 72 hours after the lights went out, humanity glimpsed its fragility. No bombs on cities, no soldiers on beaches, only an invisible wave that erased a century of progress. The next world war may not begin with fire. Sometimes all it takes is to turn off the light.